here at home, it'll be the women up first, and then we will go with the men after the 20 minutes after that one. But look for a couple of exciting games here this afternoon as a little bit of a different time change, Bruce. A little bit of a different time change playing early. And, I think it's kind of nice that we give these, like LC, a chance to get on the road a little bit earlier and get those kids home. And, it's we don't realize how much stress that we really put on these kids to enjoy what they do out here on the floor in front of us.
Those bus trips home. I was talking with Brian Danner, their radio personality for LC State, and he said he hopes that they'll get home between 4 and 5 in the morning. And that would have been, coming back from LC, you think about that, you add an hour because of the time change.
Right.
I think Rocky got home about 7 in the morning from that trip, but this is a little bit tough for you. You had to get up earlier today. I understand that, with the 3 o'clock game. But it's good to see you, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. You ready to roll?
Had to get up before noon today.
You got a birthday gift?
Got my granddaughter a birthday gift here, and Warrior Wishes of Montana. They're selling stuffed animals, and I don't know what. I'm gonna get one. I've got a granddaughter now too. So Lisa got one the other night, and they have a different one tonight. So I got to get one for one of each. There you go.
One squeaks and one doesn't. But
that's right.
The interesting game tonight. I know LC has been such a power in the Frontier Conference. They didn't make it to the national tournament last year, and I know Brian has had in his sights this year. He's done an outstanding job. LC State. These two teams met on January 12th in Lewiston, and the Battling Bears and Coach Wes Keller came out with a 10-point victory, and that hasn't happened much. That Rocky has gone down to Lewiston and got a win in that gym.
Right. Yeah, that's anytime you can steal a game on the road, it's huge. And I think we're going to try to catch up with Coach Keller here. If he can get away from Coach Orr there, I bet you they're lying to each other. What do you want to bet?
Yeah, they're buddies for right now. Let's wait and see what happens when the ball's tossed up.
Yeah, it's kind of like players on the team there. Everybody's a friend until that ball goes up in the air, and it gets all serious then, which that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, really in 2 games, I know Wes wants to get back on the winning track after losing by 10 to Montana Western on Thursday night. Not a good first half for the Battling Bears women's basketball team. They were down 31-13. Wasn't a great half for Montana Western either. It just wasn't a very good basketball game. And things really picked up in the second half. I was proud of the way that the Battling Bear women came out in that second half and played. They got back within, 8 or 6 at one point.
It was 8 points, and we had the ball in the paint, and AC, I believe she got stripped or something in there. Could have cut it to 6 if she'd have made a shot there. So, that was with like a minute to go. So that would have been huge. Points matter when you get down to that point.
Yeah, we talked about that too, Bob. The fact that the national rankings they come out and they see not only if you won or lost, but how bad you lost and how much you won by.
Yep, that's for sure. We're going to try to get Coach Keller over here. We'll flag him down. Maybe we can actually save him from talking with Coach Orr there. So. Yeah, we got Coach Keller here. Coach, awful close to Coach Orr there. You guys.
Yeah, we're thinking about doing a coin flip.
Are you?
No.
All right. I could probably extend on that, but tough game the other night. And I'm going to ask you this point blank. Have you ever had a first half when you only scored 13 points?
I don't think so. I don't have a great memory, but I don't think I've ever scored 3 points. I know that in a quarter. Made 1 field goal. You look back, and heck, if we could have made 2 or 3, then we're only down 6 or something, and it might be a little different. I mean, holding them to 14 in 1 quarter, that's pretty good. And didn't do much the second quarter, and then at some point your pride kicks in, and that's what happened in the fourth quarter, and we tried to make a run. And
I said at halftime, Coach Keller can't be feel too bad about this, shooting 17% and down 31-13, but still came back, made it a game at the end, and had a chance. Just didn't get the ball to bounce the right way for us in the last minute or so. But talk about this LC team. You got a big win on the road, stole one from them there. We all know how important that is to get a win on the road.
Yeah, tonight's big. I mean, it gives an opportunity for us to win the season series against them, knowing that we got to go back to their place here probably in another week or two. Kind of the theme tonight, they like to play fast. They like to shoot the three, put their head down, drive. And so we got to contain dribble penetration, no transition threes or layups, and then rebound, and hopefully we can make a basket on our end tonight.
Yeah, I did check, and there's not a lid on that
That's
basket
good. I
down
was
there.
wondering. Well, it looked like for the guys' game, they must have took it off after ours.
Yeah, I think so.
They had no problem scoring the other night.
I think so. Well, Coach, good luck tonight, and get a win.
Yeah, we'll try.
We like these afternoon games, so we gotta get a win on it. All right.
Thanks, Bob.
And Coach Wes Keller there as we get set for this Frontier Conference action. We're going to take us a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and we'll go through the stats for these two ball clubs in 2 minutes. As And welcome back here to the Fortin Center on the campus of Rocky Mountain College. And we'll go through some stats, Bruce, of these two teams, kind of the way they match up. As Rocky comes into this contest, they're averaging right at 70 points per game to 72 points for LC, so pretty even there. As far as field goal percentage goes, Rocky shooting a little better, 46 to 41%. LC getting 7 3-pointers a game to 6 for Rocky. Rocky shooting a better percentage, though, from the three-point line. They shoot 32% as to 30% for the Warriors. Free throw shooting, 72% for the Warriors, 69% for the Battling Bears. Rebounds per game, the Warriors, these are big girls out here for the Warriors, and they got 41 rebounds per game to 35 for Rocky. Assists per game, the Warriors got the edge there, 17 to 14. Rocky's got the edge in turnovers, 13 to 15, and steals per game. The Warriors getting a couple more steals per game, 10 to 8, and blocks. The Warriors, of course, with this size that they have, Bruce, getting one more block per game. You got the standings there. You want to go through them?
Yeah, the Frontier Conference standings. Montana Western, who the fans saw here on Thursday night, leading the way with an 8-1 record, followed by Carroll at 7-2. Rocky and Coach Wes Keller at 6-3. Brian Orr's Lady Warriors at 5-4. Providence 3-7. 2-7 for Montana Tech, and 1-8 for MSU Northern and Coach Chris Mowat, having a tough year up there in Havre. So a very close Frontier Conference race, and still it's wide open to see who's going to win it. Now these Lady Warriors were in Helena on Thursday night and got beat by Carroll College in a tight basketball game, and I know Coach Brian Orr wants to win one on this road trip, as does Coach Wes Keller. He doesn't want to lose 2 in a row at home.
Well, that and, we talked about Rocky basically stealing that win in LC early in the season, 68 to 58, a 10-point margin there. So, definitely want to get one at home. You don't want them to get the edge back on you. If we win this one, like Coach Keller said, we win the series, we still have to go back to LC one more time, though.
Yeah, but then it's over. That one's not as big and important a game in a head-to-head. And as close as this Frontier Conference race is, you got to win those. You got to win 2 out of 3, and you got to have that advantage as you go into postseason play, because you don't want to have to go on the road early in that tournament.
Yeah, it would really be nice to host that first round, and if you get a win there, then you get to host that second one, and that's huge, I think. It's tough to go on the road 3 times and win and get in, but I think the big thing last night, Montana Tech getting a sweep over Providence, both men and women, Bruce. I think that's huge for Montana Tech. We thought, Providence has been ranked up, they are ranked 20th, I think, in the nation. And,
yep.
It just kind of goes to show just how tough this conference is, and you just can't go to sleep any night that let anybody give anybody a chance to open the door, because they're going to get you.
Yeah, I was real surprised to see those final scores. But, with Providence, a lot of their games have been close, and Montana Tech has lost a lot of close basketball games. So, there's a chance when they're going to turn the tide a little bit. And being at home, now were those in Butte or were they in Great Falls?
They were in Butte. Yep.
So congrats for Carly Sandin and getting that win. And I know she's had some real tough losses this year, but I'm a little disappointed with the way that Providence has played as of late. Their conference record now, 3-7. They're going to have to pick it up a notch to get into that national tournament. And, I guess you can do that by winning the Frontier Conference tournament.
That's going to be pretty tough.
That's going to be tough, because you're going to have to go to Dillon or Helena or Billings. I really still believe that Wes Keller has a chance to win this tournament and play here at home. Now he's lost 2 to Western, and that they have that advantage. But Western still has to play Carroll a couple more times, so We'll see what happens there.
And we split with Carroll at this point. We go to Carroll one more time, but Providence still has to come here as well, Bruce. So that's a tough one as well for them. But it's I think it's going to come right down to that last game on Saturday night. The last game of the weekend, and it's always makes it fun, though. That's what it's all about, the competition, and that's why tough games every weekend. That's why the Frontier Conference is so tough, is because you have this national tournament competition every night, in and out, and just makes you better every time you walk on the floor.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a couple years ago. I don't know if it was the men's. I think it was the men's Frontier Conference race. There was a team in first and a team in last, and everybody in the middle was tied.
Yeah.
And
we were like that this year about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, Carroll was on top, and then I think there was 4 or 5 teams on the men's side all tied. So very, very likely, and that just kind of goes to show, and it could still end up. We talk about Northern with 1 win, but somebody that's lost a lot of close games. I mean, Northern led this LC team in LC the entire game until about the last minute. LC came out and got about a 5-point win on them there in LC. And Coach Moat starting to get a few players back. He had some injuries there in the first part of the season, and I think he's starting to get a few of those players back. They scare me, to be honest with you. I think that I don't think that if they get into the conference tournament, I don't think I'd want to play them.
Yeah, they scare me too, Bob, and mainly because of Chris Moat.
Yeah.
I think he's a good coach. He always has a good game plan. He never gets blown out, even if he does get beat. He's always in games. And, you get to a tournament time like that, you just need to get a hot streak. You need to win 3 in a row. You got to get hot for 3 games. And he's the kind of coach that can do that with his basketball team. But, if I had to put a bet down on who was going to win this Frontier this year, I wouldn't, because I value my money too much. Because I just don't think you can make a guess. And I know Montana Western's really good, and they have Brianna King, the best player in the league. But they can get beat too.
We're going to take a break. We'll come back in about 3 minutes, and we'll talk a little bit more about this game coming up here tonight.
So, do you have any help on the flats?
Yeah, Desmond and Ryan helped me, and Jeff was here. He had a meeting, but yeah,
Good.
it went pretty well. We got most of them up before lunch and went and had some lunch. Came back and finished them up, and got a few to order to kind of get things, get them all caught up and all that.
Yeah, the Bill Woolston Award.
Yeah.
Is yours up there?
Yep. We got those up, and we got the Ring of Honor. That's the one that we're kind of behind on, is the Ring of Honor.
Should be a good game. Oh, I got to see. Lisa, can we get this on?
As we are set, ready for some basketball action here, Bruce. We got a lot of players around. We got a few referees and a couple of really good announcers.
Yeah, and the basketball.
Brian and I, of course.
Yeah, Brian Danner. Brian Danner, the voice of the Warriors, who does all their basketball and their baseball. Can you imagine doing all those baseball games?
I'd love it.
It'd be fun.
Our starters for tonight, first of all, are for Lewis Clark State and head coach Brian Orr. It'll be number 2, Callie Moskrip. She is a 5'8" senior out of Lewiston, Idaho. Number 4 is Hannah Berlin. She's a 5'11" sophomore from Otis Orchard, Washington. Number 12 is Haley Turner, a 6'1" senior from Richland, Washington. Number 20 is Addie Johnson. She's a 6'2" sophomore from Kashmir, Washington. And number 42 is Jocelyn Blackman, a 6' senior out of Brush Prairie, Washington. Now for Coach Wes Keller in his 4th season, assisted by Brett Morehouse and Heather Hagum. It'll be number 11, Chloe Thatcher, a 5'7" freshman from Butte, Montana. Number 24 will be Alyssa Bigman, a 5'10" junior from Hardin, Montana. Number 33 is Alicia Chamberlain, a 5'10" senior from Miles City, Montana. Number 42 is Justin Jewell. She's a 6' senior from Billings, Montana. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Battling Bears tonight will be number 44, Marqueta Francis, a 6' junior from Great Falls, Montana.
You know, where most of the players for Lewis Clark State are from Washington and Oregon, one from Columbia Falls. All 5 of Wes Keller's starters right here from the state of Montana.
Yeah, and that's always good to see. You know, Washington is almost home for Lewis Clark State. It's 200 yards to the border or some ball. It'll be LC basketball.
You know, one thing that the Battling Bears are going to have to be ready for tonight is the height in there for these LC women. They have a lot of height underneath, and it's going to be tough for Markey and Justin Jewell.
LC's going to inbound it. Moskrip. She's got to get it in, and barely does, I think, before the 5-second count. Johnson with it out front. All these LC girls can shoot the 3 ball as Blackman spins, goes to the hole, no good. Rebound comes down to Francis. Thatcher brings it across. Thatcher takes it down the left side, looking for a screen. Thatcher trying to get into the paint, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Turner, as Turner will bring it across the timeline. Goes to Moskrip, no score, just underway. 8:51 to go here in the first period. Moskrip with it, kicks it to Johnson. Johnson to Turner. To Johnson, they swing it around. Moskrip, shot clock at 7. She's on the baseline, nowhere to go. And the shot is going to be up and good as the shot clock running down as Haley Turner gets the Warriors on the board first here. LC on top, 2-0.
Pretty good defensive stance on that last possession for the Battling Bears. They just and LC used the entire shot clock.
Rocky with the basketball. Francis swings it to Thatcher. 11 on the clock. Big man, far side. Big man goes to Jewell. Jewell has to get it up here as the shot clock runs down. It's going to be short. Rebound comes down. Moskrip stolen away by Chamberlain. AC takes it to the baseline, goes up, can't finish, gets her own rebound, kicks it out to Jewell. 3-pointer top the key, and Justin Jewell gives the Battling Bears the lead, 3-2.
So that turnover results in 3 points for Rocky Mountain College.
Blackman gets the ball down inside, guarded by Marqueta Francis. She's going to pick up the personal foul. And it'll be Blackman going to the free throw line here. Blackman on the season a 74% free throw shooter, Bruce, and she gets that one to fall.
Yeah, I think LC a pretty good free throw shooting team.
Yes, always are. They got bigger rims out there or what?
You know, it makes so much sense to really work hard on shooting free throws. If you're going to get a lot as a team, it gives you a lot of opportunity to score.
And the ball is going to be turned over by Rocky. That's their first turnover. As LC will come back, Moskrip sets things up on top. Goes to Berlin. Berlin with it. Out on top. Back to Moskrip. 7 minutes to go here in the first period. Just underway. LC on top, 4-3. As Turner around, shots no good. Rebound comes down to Jewell.
That almost looked like a Jack Sikma step back shot.
It did a little bit. Thatcher quickly up the left side. Chloe with it. Finds Big Man. Big Man with it. Trying to get the ball inside to Francis. I know Coach Keller wanted to establish some inside game here as Chamberlain puts up a tough shot in traffic. And AC gets on the board. Good to see her hit one of those inside tonight. Rocky on top, 5-4, our second lead change of the night. Ball on outside. Johnson penetrates, pulls up in the paint, no good. Rebound Chamberlain. AC will bring it up. As Moskrip keeping the ball out of Thatcher's hands. Chamberlain looking for that screen on top. 16 on the shot clock. They go to Thatcher on the left side. LC zone defense. Well, maybe it's man-to-man. It looks zone. As Thatcher puts up the three, it's no good. Rebound comes down to Blackman, and she gets it out to Moskrip. Callie with it on top. She'll set it up. Goes to Turner. Turner might have got away with a little walk there.
Slid the feet.
Moskrip with it back. She's going to penetrate. Now step back. Kicks outside to Berland. Berland puts it on the floor. Scoop shot left hand. No good. Rebound underneath is no good by Blackman. And Francis comes down with the board. Francis gets it out to Big Man. Big Man takes it up the right side. Big Man penetration takes it to the hole. She's fouled.
You know, the strength of this basketball team for LC is their rebounding, and I think the transition game is going to be crucial tonight for West. You saw how quickly, Bob, they got that ball off on the outlet pass, and now that's going to result in 2 free throws.
And Big Man, a very good free throw shooter as well, gets that first one to fall. She's an 80% shooter on the season. 100% here tonight, Bruce. Second one is up and good as well. She is 2 for 2, so both teams 100% from the line tonight. Rocky on top, 7-4 over LC. 5:10 to go here in the first period. Moskrip with the ball on the far side. Goes to Berlin. They look inside to Blackman. Now they get the ball inside to her. She goes up, double teamed inside. She's going to be fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot a couple. As that one's going to go against Justin Jewell. That'll be her first personal foul. Timeout on the floor. Rocky on top. 7-4 over LC. Back in a minute.
They're going to try to pound it inside, aren't they? Who's officiating tonight? Is it Dwyer? Is he one?
Yeah, I don't know who these others are. I can't keep them straight. Barely remember what I look like. That's why I get up and look in the mirror every morning. Back to live action here at the Fortin Center. 4:55 to go here in the first period. Rocky on top, 7-4. As Blackman will go to the free throw line as she got fouled on the shot inside by Jewell. And Blackman 2 for 2 from the line already tonight. She'll be shooting 2 more. As she gets that one to go.
Now, how good were your Reed Point basketball team shooting free throws?
Pretty good. course, I was a free throw shooting coach. See, that's no.
You weren't the speech coach, but you got the free throws down. I like that.
Chamberlain brings it back after the make, and she takes it all the way to hole, puts it up. AC gets 4 points on the night. Good to see AC having confidence to go to the hole. She had a tough night shooting last Thursday against Montana Western. Got some subs into the game for LC. Nielsen's in as well as Souvenir. Souvenir is going to put up one on top of the keys. No good. Ball comes down, and Justin Jewell picks up the loose ball. She'll bring it across. Coach Orr trying to keep the ball out of Chloe Thatcher's hands here tonight as they are denying her the ball in the backcourt.
You know, I think the second time around, everybody's seeing that Chloe kind of makes this offense run. And if they can put some stops on her, it's going to help them, their cause.
I got to send the message real quick here.
You know,
there we go. Comes back the other way. Shots missed there by Turner and rebounded by Thatcher. Thatcher gets in the paint. It's going to be stolen away, and it's coming out of there. Johnson comes out. 2 turnovers on Rocky. They get it up ahead to Blackman in transition. She picks up 2 more. She has 6 points on the night, and it's 9-8. Rocky on top of LC. Justin Jewell with it. Tries to go baseline, cut off there, goes to Thatcher. They swing it around Chamberlain. Chamberlain with it out on top. Chamberlain looks to penetrate, nowhere to go. Kicks it off underneath to Francis. Marqueta Francis, turnaround jump shot, no good. Gets her own rebound, goes up, she's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot a couple.
There's that stick-to-itness by Marquela Francis. They got the ball inside. They got to finish those little bunnies inside against this much taller LC State team.
Markey at the line, first time tonight. First one rolls off, no good. Brooke Jones and Antonisha Wright coming into the game. Ace into the game already. Brooke will check in for Marqueta if she makes this, and she does. She goes 1 for 2 from the line. Rocky with a 2-point lead, 10-8.
Yeah, this could be a good night for Brooke Jones because she's strong inside and very quick.
And the long three-pointer put up by Nielsen, no good. Rebound Chamberlain as Chamberlain brings it out across the timeline in the middle of the floor. AC looks to go to the hole, nothing there. Swings it to right as Ace has it. Now back to Thatcher. Chamberlain in the corner. AC is going to roll it over the rim. Rebound to right, and I don't know how that was not a foul there, but did you see that, Bruce?
She just got knocked down. There was no blood, so I guess there's no foul.
It'll be Rocky basketball underneath. Thatcher will pull the trigger to get it in for the Battling Bears. Gets it out to Chamberlain on the perimeter. Back to Big Man. Big Man back to Chamberlain. They swing it to Thatcher. Thatcher puts up the long three-pointer far side. No good. Stolen away inside by Wright. Good hustle by Ace. 13 on the shot clock. As that last shot did not hit the rim, they go inside. Brooke Jones out to Ace. Ace puts it up from the perimeter, and it's going to stay up there at the top of the basket as it is stuck.
They need you out there to jump up and get it. You know, we've said a little bit about Brian Orr. Brian Orr, a good high school coach in the state of Montana. He's a Montana native and was an assistant for Frank McCarthy over at Montana State University Billings for a number of years. And before he went to Lewiston and the LC State, he had accepted the job at the University of Great Falls at the time, was there for about a week, and then took the job in Lewiston, and the rest has been history. 2 years ago, he got his Lady Warrior basketball team to the national championship game where they got beat in a great basketball game. Bob, you were there. You saw that one as well. And he's done a tremendous job coaching at Lewis Clark State.
As Ryan Toner goes over there, knocks the ball off the top of the backboard. It goes through, and we were wanting 2 points on that.
I'm putting it down in mine.
Rocky on top, 10-8, back to live action, 2:17 to go here in the first period. Turner with it on the far side. Up ahead to Nielsen. Nielsen as Farmer into the game as well for LC. Farmer goes Souvenir. Souvenir's going to have it stolen. Lefty on lefty there as Chamberlain takes it back the other way. Goes the hole, and she's fouled. She'll shoot 2.
I like the mindset tonight of AC as she is very aggressive on both ends of the court, playing great defense, and there with that steal.
That foul going against Burlage. And AC rattles that one home. Her first trip to the line here tonight.
I think rattle would have been an understatement on that one. It's but it counts, it doesn't matter.
Marissa Van Atta in for the Bears, and AC's going to miss that one.
Marissa
She
Van
goes
Atta.
1 for 2.
She should provide some offensive punch tonight for this basketball team.
Ball goes inside. It's going to be off the Bears, out of bounds as they tried to get it into Souvenir.
What a great name.
Farmer will inbound the basketball underneath for the Lady Warriors. Souvenir back to Farmer. Farmer looks inside, now kicks to Souvenir on top. Little mismatch somewhere because Brooke Jones guarding Souvenir. I'm sure Coach Keller doesn't really want that. And it's going to be a three-pointer. Top the key's going to be put up. We got a whistle and a foul. It's going to go against Burlage. She picks up her second.
Now, neither team tonight, Bob, has been very effective from three-point range. I think the Battling Bears have one. I don't think the Lady Warriors have a three-pointer yet.
Neither. No, yeah. Justin Jewell got that one. You're right, Bruce. As Chamberlain brings it across. Chamberlain's got numbers. Nice move. Takes it to the hole. AC for 2 more. Alicia Chamberlain has 7 points on the night. Rocky up 13-8. Blackman comes back quickly. And she's going to be fouled in transition by Brooke Jones. As Blackman back to the free throw line as she is a perfect 4 for 4 tonight.
Bob, I watched the game today. The number 2 or 3 team in the country, Virginia, depends on which poll you're looking at, had 2 turnovers for the entire game, 1 in each half.
Wow. As she goes 6 for 6 for Blackman. She has 8 points.
I think
as
I quit fouling her.
Chamberlain comes back, gets it up to Van Atta. Well, if you don't foul her, she's going to get 2 underneath anyway, Bruce. Ace gets it inside to Jones. Oh, nice cut by Van Atta. Couldn't get her the ball. Chamberlain goes into Van Atta. Van Atta puts up the little jump hook. Can't finish. Brooke Jones with the big rebound. Put back. It rolls off. Ace gets the board. And Antonisha Wright fighting hard inside. Picks up another loose ball rebound. 23 on the shot clock. New shot clock there. Thatcher with it on the right side. Thatcher goes to right side, three-pointer, it's good. Ace hits a deep three-pointer for the Battling Bears. As Rocky goes on top, 16-10, 25 seconds to go here. We got a whistle and a foul. Brooke Jones picks up her second foul. 23 seconds to go here in the first period. LC basketball on the baseline. They get it in. Now they kick it back outside. Farmer with it. She'll bring it out on top. Hands off to Souvenir. Souvenir setting things up. Souvenir dribbling around. Clock at 3. She puts up the rudder, rolls around. It's good. Souvenir gets her first points of the game at the buzzer. And at the end of the first period, it's Rocky 16, LC 12. We'll be back in a minute.
Pretty good quarter. call Lisa Parker mobile.
And welcome back to the Fortin Center, 16-12. Want to make sure everybody knows about that national tournament coming up here at Billings. Starts on March 13th through the 19th. And I'm going to let the cat out of the bag here on our speaker for the banquet. It'll be Mark Adams, former coach here at Rocky Mountain College. He's play-by-play guy for ESPN now, and also the uncle of Marissa Van Atta.
It'll be nice to see Mark back in the Magic City. Did a great job coaching at Rocky.
We got an offensive foul is going to go against Moscrip. That'll be her first personal foul. 16-12, Rocky on top, just underway. As Van Atta gets it back to Thatcher. Chloe will bring it across the timeline. Chamberlain. AC loses the handle, runs down the loose ball, gets it out to right. 14 on the clock. Long pass, and it's going to go out of bounds. It will go to Van Atta. 3 turnovers on Rocky. Moscrip brings it up. They swing it around. Cherner with it.
You know, Tom Dwyer
Back to Berlin.
reffing tonight. He's one of the national tournament referees, I believe, again.
As it comes back the other way, Van Atta loses the handle on it, recovers, goes up, can't finish. Big rebound comes down to Banks. And Banks quickly gets it out to Moscrip. Back out to Banks. Banks with it on the perimeter. Hands it off to Johnson. Johnson puts up the 17-footer, no good. Long rebound comes down to Berland as the Warriors get a new shot clock. And Moscrip with it out on top. Moscrip goes underneath. Nice cut on the baseline. And it's going to be Berland fouled. She's going to be fouled by Wright as Ace picks up her first personal foul. Berlin will go to the line to shoot 2. Jewell comes in for Van Atta. As Berlin gets them both.
Boy, they have been
Perfect from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's what, 8 for 8? Or are they 10
yes.
for 10?
8 for 8.
That's how they've stayed in this game. 8 of their 12 points have come from the line.
8 of 14 as Thatcher takes it to the hole for 2. Moscrip comes back. Hands it off to Turner. Into Blackman. Back to Turner. As we got a whistle, it's going to be a travel. That'll be 4 turnovers on LC. 7:56 to go here in the first half. Rocky on top by 4, 18-14 in this Saturday afternoon matinee. Thatcher brings it across. Chloe stops, pulls up, 3-pointer, rolls around, no good. Marqueta Francis gets the rebound, kicks it back out to Thatcher. They go to Jewell. Jewell with it on the right side. Justin looks at the 3, puts it up, rolls around, no good. Rebound comes down to the Warriors as Moscrip brings it across. They swing it around. Blackman with it on the perimeter. Dumps it off inside to Turner. Turner nowhere to go, loses the handle. That's 5 turnovers as Ace comes back the other way. Nice crossover, and we got a whistle. And They're going to call that a foul. As the foul's going to go against Moskrip.
Coach Keller trying to use his bench a lot tonight, Bob. You know, the second game of a two-game weekend is a little bit tougher, so the bench is important.
As Corpus came into the game for Thatcher on that dead ball, she'll run the point. They go to Jewell. It's knocked away, and Jewell picks up the loose ball, turn around, puts up the free throw line jumper, can't finish. And the Warriors come back. Souvenir with the basketball on top. 6:51 to go here in the first half, as it's going to be out of bounds on the Warriors as Berlin steps on the sideline. 6 turnovers on the Warriors. Corpus brings it across. Hands it off to Wright. Goes to Chamberlain. Jewell looks inside, nothing there, loses her dribble, now gets it to Corpus. Chamberlain, 12 on the shot clock. To Wright. Chamberlain takes it to the hole, nice jump stop, put up. AC gets 2 more. Alicia Chamberlain with 9 points on the night, 20-14. Souvenir going against Corpus on the perimeter. Souvenir picks up her dribble. They go to Berlin. Berlin gets in the paint, kicks it out. Three-pointer is up and good by Haley Turner. First three-pointer of the night for the Warriors. A very good three-point shooting team. As Corpus brings it up the right side for Rocky. Hands off to Wright. Wright hit a three-pointer, now takes it inside. Kicks it back to Corpus in the corner. They look inside to Francis. Marqueta Francis double team. Goes to Jewell, and Jewell's going to be fouled on the shot.
Allen Bear's doing a nice job, Bob, of finding the open player underneath the basket. Their offense is working tonight.
Abby Johnson picking up that personal foul. Justin goes to the free throw line. Can't get the first one to fall. Boy, that might... Yeah, Coach Orr double teaming inside when the ball goes into the post to either Francis or Jones. Justin hits the second one. She goes 1 for 2 on the night, 21-17. Rocky up by 4. Souvenir with the basketball. Goes to Berlin inside to Turner. Shots no good. Rebound comes down to Jewell. Out to Corpus. Corpus up the right side. Corpus on top. Tries to go to big man. It's going to be stolen away by Berlin, and Berlin's going to take it up, and she'll be fouled. 4 turnovers on Rocky. Big man picks up her first personal foul. 4:58 to go here in the first half. We got a timeout on the floor. 21-17, Rocky on top.
I bet you we're out rebounding them. We're getting a lot of offensive rebounds. (17-13) Rocky out rebounding. 17-13.
21-17, Rocky on top, 4:58 to go here in the first half. As Berlin will be shooting a couple free throws here. She's perfect 2 for 2 tonight. That's her only 2 points in the ball game. She'll be the line to shoot 2 more. As she gets the first one to go, and LC stays perfect from the line here tonight. As she gets that one as well. Thatcher will bring it up. LC within 2, 21-19. Thatcher, little change of pace dribble there, gets the ball on the far side to Big Man. Big Man penetrates, gets it inside, dumps off. Jewell puts it on the floor, goes up, shots no good, rebound comes down, and it's going to be Berlin bringing it up for LC. She quickly gets it up the floor. LC, always a very athletic team. Souvenir with it on the perimeter. Kicks it outside to Johnson. Johnson goes to Berlin. Gets a screen from Turner. Goes up. Shot. Scoop shot. Good by Berlin. And we are tied up at 21 as Berlin gets her first field goal of the night.
And it was a pretty acrobatic shot on the scoop shot.
21-21 at the 4-minute mark here in the first half. As Big Man's going to miss on the drive. It'll be out of bounds. It'll be Warrior basketball as Nielsen comes back in. Nielsen will replace Johnson. Souvenir will set it up, guarded out there by Thatcher. Goes to Berlin. Berlin with it on the right side. Outside to Turner. Souvenir puts it on the floor, nothing there, kicks back. Turner, long 17-footer, no good. And the rebound comes down to Marqueta Francis. Out to Thatcher. Thatcher gets it up the floor. Thatcher, spin move, nothing there, cut off. They swing it to Jewell to Chamberlain. AC been the offensive threat here tonight for the Battling Bears. Now they dump inside to Marqueta Francis, and the pass is going to be deflected. Turnover number 5 against the Bears, as the Warriors bring it up, and Haley Turner. Souvenir gets the ball. She'll set it off, hands it off to Nielsen. And it's going to nearly stolen there by Chamberlain. Threw it over the back shoulder. As Mr. Dwyer is in my way, I cannot see what's going on. Looks like Blackman's going to be fouled inside on the putback by Justin Jewell. That'll be her second personal foul. Blackman a perfect 6 for 6 tonight from the free throw line. Make that 7-7. Blackman with 9 points, 7 of those coming from the charity stripe. Make that 8 as Van Atta coming back into the ball game for Justin Jewell. Justin will sit down with those 2 personal fouls. Chamberlain with the basketball. Penetrates, free throw line, nowhere to go. Gets it out to Thatcher. They swing it into corner, Big Man. Big Man looks to penetrate, nothing there, cut off. They swing it back, Thatcher now. They get it inside to Marqueta Francis. Ball's tipped around on the miss, and it's going to be Berlin bringing it up across the timeline. Gets it to Souvenir. Souvenir out on top. She's going to pop the long three-pointer, and the lefty gets it. As Souvenir hits the second three-pointer, LC on top, 26-21. It was tied 21-21 2 minutes ago. Rocky gone stale on the offensive end here. Chamberlain penetrates, kicks it out. Big Man for 3. Alyssa Big Man hits a big three-pointer for the Battling Bears.
That's good to see her hit that shot. You know, she's had that knee problem, and having her back in the lineup is a big boost for this Battling Bear team.
26-24, LC on top. Souvenir takes it to the hole, kicks it back outside to Nielsen. And the shot is up and good by Nielsen. 28-24, 1:26 to go here in the first half. Thatcher goes to Big Man. Big Man looking for a screen, puts up another one. In and out, no good. Rebound, Van Atta. Van Atta, turnaround jumper's no good. Rebound, Marqueta Francis. She goes up and she's going to be fouled.
A great job on the offensive boards there by Rocky Mountain College. And it's going to result in a couple Marqueta Francis free throws. But the Batland Bears are a little aggressive tonight, looking for that shot quickly.
Haley Turner picking up her second personal foul as Marqueta Francis gets the first one to fall. She's 2 of 3 on the night from the line. 28-25, 1:11 to go here in the first half as Antonisha Ryan comes back into the ballgame for Chamberlain. And Francis is going to be long on this one. Rebound comes down to the Warriors. And it'll be Farmer bringing it up. 1:05 to go here in the first half. Farmer kicks it far side. Nielsen. Nielsen, long three-pointer and drills it. Abby Nielsen with a deep three-pointer, Bruce, and that was a nice-looking shot. She is actually a jump shot. She got off the floor. Pretty good elevation for her there.
Yeah, they weren't even taking three-pointers early, and here another turnover for the Batland Bears, number 6.
Souvenir comes back to Nielsen, and Nielsen gets one to go on transition.
But what I was saying, Bob, is they weren't even looking at three-pointers, and now I think they've made their last 3 in a row. They're a good shooting basketball team.
Thatcher with it, 15 on the clock, and Thatcher and just Blackman as Thatcher will go to the line to shoot a couple.
You know, I think Wes was right. He never did get out of the box. But a great job there by Tommy Dwyer. The official just came over and settled him down a little bit. And no technical called, which is great. Because in some places that would have been maybe a technical.
As Chamberlain will come back in for Big Man here with 11 seconds to go. Thatcher with 1 more to go. As Chloe gets them both. 33-27. LC on top by 6. They led by 8. That was their biggest lead, Bruce. As Souvenir has it, kicks it out. Long three-pointer at the buzzer is up and good by Banks. And Banks, LC hit a basket at the end of the first period, and they hit another one here at the end of the second period to take a 36-27 lead over the Batland Bears. That's their biggest lead of 9 points here tonight. We'll take us a 3-minute timeout, come back and have our stats. And also, I believe, Mike Walker going to come over and chat with me a little bit as well. He is the chairman of the board of directors here at Rocky Mountain College. And we'll take a break, 3 minutes. We'll be back with Mike. And welcome back here to the Fortin Center on the campus of Rocky Mountain College. LC getting hot there to finish off that second period. We were tied at 21-21 with 4:10 to go, and they lead here at halftime, 36-27. We're joined by Mike Walker, the chairman of the board, the main man of the board of directors here. So anybody's got any complaints, just text them to me now, and we'll get them all straightened out. How you doing, Mike?
Bob, doing good. Glad to be here.
Well, it's good to be here. Good to see you. And what do you think of the ball game?
Well, it's a good one. You know, it was very close there, back and forth, and LC started to stretch it here a little bit. Obviously, LC's back after having kind of a tough year last year, but perennially one of the better teams in our league every year.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 years ago they played in the national championship game right here in Billings, and you know, I thought they had a couple of chances to win that game. But Mike, what's going on at Rocky Mountain College? We got a new football coach.
Yep, we've.
Are we getting a new gym? Is that a rumor that we're getting a new Fortin Center, or what?
You know, we've got a lot going on here. Obviously, we just finished what we call our first phase of our Science Center project, which you see that big, beautiful new building out there on Poly Drive, and made the improvements to the football stadium. Now we've just kicked off, our first set of meetings as it relates to the Fortin Center. It's one of the projects that I want to really get moving, quicker rather than later, because this is kind of the center of the campus still, and so we've just started meeting on some of the things that we need to do to improve this facility.
Yeah, you know, this facility's almost as old as you are.
Yes, it's right about the same age as I am. I know.
We won't go any farther than that.
No, but it was built in '68, and I was born in '68, so I know right where it's at.
You know, and it's held up well. You know, they put the new bleachers in a few years ago. That was a huge improvement. But I think the infrastructure is probably where the big thing is, and unfortunately that's where the money is.
Yep, and what we need to do with this facility is really just a complete overhaul. You know, it's going to be, its construction costs are, it's going to be several $1 million, but we want to look at it from everything from inside out and an expansion to the facility itself.
Mike, you were a commissioner of the Frontier Conference at one time, and now the chairman of the board here. What do you think, what do we have to do in the Frontier Conference to get some more teams to come in? None of us like this, playing each other 3 times in basketball and twice in football. It's tough. What are some thoughts that you might have towards that?
Well, it's a difficult process because of where we're at in the region, in the Northwest here. Whenever we wanted to expand, up until the time that I was commissioner, about the only schools that I looked at going after were some of the schools in the North Dakota Conference, which at the time were Dickinson, Black Hills, right, South Dakota Tech, and Minot. Well, they're Division II now. The tough thing about us is to find schools, we have to go outside of our current reach versus going within. We're just in an area that doesn't have a lot of, population of schools to choose from, because they're either all Division II now or one, or we're kind of set. It is a tough thing. It's something that I thought about when I was commissioner, about how to keep our league together with what was going on with the Division II expansion, and it's going to be even tougher now with, as right, I mentioned, those schools I talked about before that are all NCAA right, Division II now. I don't know what we do. Yeah. One of the things I looked at briefly was taking our entire league, or the majority of it, NCAA Division II, if the NAI was going to continue to kind of lose teams and stuff. That was the only way I thought we could do it, was as a league.
Right. And we talk about that. And then you look at the extended travel that it would bring in as well. And also, with NAIA, this being, or next year being the last season of the 2 divisions in basketball, that's going to change things immensely with the scholarship situation. Everybody always asks, what's the difference between 1 and 2? And basically, it's the number of scholarships. Yep.
And when I played here, we were just one division. And, of course, back then we had what was called the
square balls.
The district, where it was Montana, North Dakota, right, South Dakota. You won the Frontier, then you had to go play national or Northern State or something like that, and all those schools are D2. So it will make it a little tougher to get to the national tournament. I was kind of hoping that D2 or the NAIA would just adopt a Division I scholarship limit and run with it from there. But it sounds like we kind of met in the middle, if you will.
Yeah, I think we're going to go from 10 to 8, and D2 is going to go from 6 to 8, I believe is what it is. But 2 years for everybody to get to that level. So, well, Mike, you got any last words to say other than we need a couple wins?
No, I'm just glad to be here. Thanks for what you do, and hopefully the girls can get going here because, as you know, we've got about 5 teams ranked in the top 25, and this is kind of when we start beating up on each other. And hopefully, you love to win the home games.
Yeah, you got to win the home games.
Yep.
Thanks for coming over, Mike.
Bob,
appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for everything you do.
All right. We'll take us another 2-minute break, come back, and I'll get some halftime stats after this. And welcome back here to the Fortin Center on the campus of Rocky Mountain College. We're at halftime. I want to thank Mike Walker for coming over. He's the chairman of our board here at Rocky Mountain College. Everybody always asking about improvements, and it's a huge building, nice building, the new science building, and the football field, of course, partway there with the turf. Looking for some more stuff out there as well. But the big thing is here at the Fortin Center, definitely in need of some repair.
Yeah, no question about it. I think number one is to get a brand new floor in here. This is the original floor.
It's hard.
Very, very, very hard.
We're going to go through some scoring. First of all, for LC, it's Turner with 5 points, Berland with 6, Blackman with 10, Souvenir with 5, Nielsen with 7, and Banks with 3. They have 6 turnovers, 17 rebounds, 3 offensive, 14 defensive rebounds. They're 10 of 25 from the floor for 40%. They're 4 of 8 from the three-point line for 50%. And they're a perfect 12 for 12 from the charity stripe for 100%. For the Batman Bears, it's Justin Jewell with 4 points, Marqueta Francis with 2, Thatcher with 4, Big Man with 5, Chamberlain with 9 points, Wright with 3. They have 6 turnovers as well, 21 rebounds, 9 offensive, 12 defensive rebounds. They're shooting 8 of 30 from the floor for 26%, 3 of 11 from the three-point line for 27%, and they are 8 of 12 for 67% from the charity stripe. Points off the bench, this is huge as LC with 15 points off of their bench to 3 for the Batman Bears. LC in the paint, 12 to 8 in favor there. Second chance points, Rocky with 8. And LC with 2 off those offensive rebounds. At the end of the first period, it was Rocky on top 16 to 12. And here at halftime, LC on top 36 to 27 as they outscore Rocky 24 to 11 in that second period. We're going to take us another 2-minute timeout. Come back. We'll have you set for our second half action. Well, Bruce, we got half a basketball left. Rocky once again shooting very poorly from the floor, 27%. They were 17% at halftime last night. I don't know. I think maybe the former AD ought to chip in and get a new basket down here on this end. It doesn't have a lid on it or something. I don't know.
Or a shooting machine. You know, the one thing that's disappointing, Bob, is that a lot of those shots that they missed in that first half were easy shots inside. They got to put those down, especially against a bigger, taller team. They've done a great job in the boards. They've out-rebounded Lewis Clark State. They didn't play great defense that latter part of that second quarter and gave up a lot of those easy three-pointers, wide-open three-pointers.
You know, just a lot of, most of those points there at the end all came in transition, and that's the thing about Coach Brian Orr and his teams at LC. You know, I think this is my 8th or 9th year of doing women's basketball here, and they're always long, they're always athletic, and they get up and down the floor, and it's just the way they are, and this bunch is no different. You look out there right now, and he's got 4 6-footers on the floor that can run like antelope.
Yeah, they can, and they are always in games, and they're never out of them. You know, when they get down, they still come back, and that's a nice quality to have with your student athletes.
Rocky will get the basketball to start this second half, and it's going to be Thatcher going to Jewell on top. We'll get the players on the floor. Looks like both teams got their starters back. We'll get them here in a second for you. Big man pulls up, 18-footer, good.
You know, I watched her coming out in the second half and shooting to warm up for the second half. She was making everything, so let's hope that's a sign of good things to come.
Moskrep has it out on top, guarded by Thatcher. Rocky man-to-man defense. Berlin back to Moskrep. They run her on the baseline. Moskrep goes to Berlin. Berlin with the scoop shot, and that's the second one of those she has made here tonight. And Coach Keller asking for a travel, and I might have to agree with him. Thatcher, wide open three-pointer. Chloe in and out, no good. And Johnson gets the rebound. Moskrep. Moskrep will take it to the right side, goes to Berlin. Back out on top. Moskrep with it on the left side. Looks inside. Turner goes up, and she gets position on the baseline. Haley Turner picks up her 7th point of the night, 40-29. They're up by 11 over Rocky.
That was a great post up there by Turner.
Jewell with the basketball on the perimeter. They go inside, and we got a whistle and a foul going to go against Blackman. That'll be 3 on her, Bruce, and that could be big.
Yeah, we'll see if Coach Orr goes to his bench now. He doesn't appear that he's going to. I'd take it right back at her, get her that 4th foul.
And it'll be Rocky inbounding as Thatcher gets it out to Chamberlain. Jewell swings around, big man in the corner, and Alyssa Big Man, Bruce, you called it. She hits her second three-pointer, 40-32. Rocky back to within 8 as Moskrip with the basketball.
Come on, big man, work on D.
Moskrip goes to Johnson. Johnson inside, big man up and good as they work the ball inside, using that size advantage inside. Picking up points, and there's Blackman picks up those 2. Thatcher takes it to the hole, goes up, and it'll be out of bounds. It'll stay with Rocky.
Really kind of a hand check there all the way down on Chloe Thatcher.
Hand or forearm?
Well, both.
And this one's going to go in the backcourt. Chamberlain will run it down, bring it back. Chamberlain goes to big man. She has 5 points for Rocky here in the second half. Thatcher with it out on top. Chloe takes it, slap from behind. It's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be a shot clock violation. 7 turnovers on the Battling Bears, and I think Coach Keller wants a timeout. He's out in the middle of the floor anyway. 7:33 to go, 42-32. LC on top. We'll be back in 30 seconds. (42-32). LC on top of Rocky here. 7:33 to go here in the third period. Big game for both of these teams, Bruce. We talk about a big game for Rocky, but it's also a big game for LC.
Yeah, it is. You know, if Rocky wins this one, they have the season advantage and a 2-game lead in the standings.
Berlin with it, goes to Moskrip. Moskrip, they swing it around. Burlage inside, turnaround, wide open 15-footer by Haley Turner, as that was way too easy, as there was nobody within 2 or 3 feet of her on that 15-foot, basically free throw. Thatcher with it out on top. Thatcher goes into Marqueta Francis. Francis goes up the left hand, rolls around, in and out, no good, as Haley Turner gets the rebound, and Turner brings it up across, gets it to Moskrip. And Moskrip will set things up on top. 44-32, 12-point lead here for the Warriors. And as Turner inside, she's going to be fouled by Justin Jewell. That'll be 3 on Justin Jewell.
You know, the last time down, Bob, that was another 3-footer that they missed. We talked about that at halftime, that they got to start making those bunnies inside. Great move by Markela, but she just got to finish.
And Turner gets the free throw to go.
Still perfect from the line.
Turner's second one up and good as well. 46-32, 14 points. Biggest lead of the night, I believe, for the Warriors, as Thatcher with the basketball on top goes to big men. They look inside. Brooke Jones, nothing there. Marqueta Francis on the perimeter, the big man. Big man goes to Chamberlain. They swing it around. Thatcher, though, inside to Brooke Jones. Gets it to Marqueta Francis. And Marqueta Francis gets her first field goal of the night here at the 6:05 mark in the third period. Moskrip with the basketball on the perimeter. Moskrip penetrates. Nothing there. Hands off. Turner, long three-pointer, no good. And it's going to be Johnson with the rebound out to Berlin. Berlin with it on top. Moskrip. Backdoor cut, no good there. Nice defense. Burlage to Berlin. And Berlin gets two more inside on the easy bunny.
Very, very patient on that offense. They just run it and run it and run it until they get an open shot like that.
48-34, LC on top. 5:18 to go. Big man. They swing it around. Thatcher with it on the far side. Thatcher goes up, scoop shot, rolls off, no good. Moskrip with the rebound. Moskrip brings it back the other way for the Warriors. Moskrip hands off to Johnson. Johnson, they go to Berlin, back to Moskrip, and that'll be out of bounds. Turnover, number 7 on the Warriors. 4:51 to go here in the third period. LC on top, their biggest lead, 14, 48-34. We'll be back in a minute. And I want to remind everybody the tickets are on sale for the national tournament coming up on March 13th at Metro Park Arena. I still say Metro. I guess it's nobody's arena right now.
It's nobody. I always call it Metro.
I do too.
I don't care whose name's on it. It's always been the Metro to me. I was here when they built it, and I think I even threw a rock at it or something.
Rocky basketball as Chamberlain has it. They've dug themselves a hole here as Marqueta Francis has it on the perimeter to Chamberlain. Chamberlain looks to penetrate, kicks it out to Thatcher. Thatcher. They go into Marqueta Francis. Markey puts up the shot on the baseline, is good.
That's 2 in a row now for Markela underneath.
48-36. Rocky got down big the other night against Western, came back the last 4 or 5 minutes of that ball game, just came up a little bit short at the end. Turnover number 8 against the Warriors. Rocky could cut this to single digits with a three-pointer here as Thatcher comes down, goes to right. Right with it on the right side. I'm glad she plays the right side, not the left side.
Makes it easy for you, doesn't it?
Thatcher with it over there, far side, skip pass, goes to right, and Ace puts up the three-pointer. Antonisha Wright hits her second three-pointer of the night. Day whatever, and it's back to a 9-point game, single digits here. LC on top, 48-39. Turner goes to Souvenir. Nielsen. Souvenir, now they dump inside quickly to Turner. Ball goes around, back out to Turner. Turner, 16-foot, now goes inside. Nice play inside. Burlage picks up 2 on the assist from Turner. 50-39. Back to an 11-point lead for the Warriors. They go inside, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul against Burlage. That'll be 3 on her.
Couple Lady Warriors with 3.
Whoa.
What'd they do there?
Well, that isn't who I thought the foul was on. They're going to call that foul on Turner. That'll be 3 on Turner. Chloe Thatcher for 3. In and out, no good. And it's going to be rebounded. Loose ball comes down to Burlage. Souvenir will bring it up. Justin Jewell will come back into the game. Justin with those 3 personal fouls. Johnson to Turner. Ball's going to be knocked loose, and nobody picks up Burlage. She picks up the loose ball, goes in for 2.
That was kind of a look what I found.
Yeah,
But, great heads-up play.
One of those accident shots, you call those. Yeah. Timeout on the floor. 2:28 to go here in the third period. LC on top, 52-39, back in 30. It'll be Rocky basketball on the far side. Thatcher with it. Goes to Chamberlain. She's been quiet this third period. She had a good first half. Goes up, she's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. And this one's going to go against Turner. That'll be 4 on Turner. AC will go to the line to shoot 2. She is 1 or 2 from the line tonight. Finds the bottom of the net in that one as she goes 2 for 3 tonight. 52-40. LC on top of Rocky. 2:16 to go here in the third period. That one's going to be off the back iron. Rebound fought for. Wright comes out of there with it. They're going to call a travel. You know, I never could figure out how you can travel when you don't have the basketball, Bruce.
Yeah, there was no possession there.
Now, if that was a catch in the NFL, that would have been an incomplete catch because it was joggled.
Yeah.
Juggled. Joggled. There's a new
That's
word.
a new word. I
That's a
like
new
that.
word. How
I'll
about
put that in
that?
the dictionary. I'll send that in.
We'll put that in the Sportscasters Hall of Fame with you. As we come back the other way, Warriors with the basketball. Souvenir with it. She goes baseline, and she's going to be fouled. As Wright got beat there, fouled her from behind. And Ace will pick up her second personal foul. Souvenir will inbound the basketball. 1:57 to go here in the third period. Souvenir kicks it out long to Johnson. Back underneath, and Burlage has been problems for the Bears here in this third period. She picks up her 6 point. Wright takes it to the hole, loses the handle, kicks back out. Jewell for 3, and Justin Jewell hits a deep three-pointer for the Batland Bears. 54-43. Souvenir brings it back. 1:30 to go here in the third. Souvenir guarded by Wright, goes far side to Johnson. Ball kicks outside to Banks. Banks with the ball, and shot no good, and rebound fought for. Loose ball, as that is Johnson getting the basket after she gets 2 offensive boards, and Wright comes back the other way.
Yeah, you can't give up 3 shots, and that's what they did there with the Batland Bears.
Thatcher goes to Wright. Wright in the paint, and we got a whistle and a foul. Is going to go against Nielsen. That'll be her first. Olivia James coming into the game first time for the Bears, and it'll be Berlin coming back for the Warriors.
A little more height in the lineup for Wes Keller.
Olivia at 6'4". Ball's going to come inbounds to Chamberlain. New shot clock. Chamberlain penetrates, and she's going to be fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2 as Berlin picks up her first personal foul. Tonight from the line, AC 2 of 4, 50%. She'll be shooting 2. That one off the front iron.
Not really like her. Usually a pretty solid free throw shooter.
And she gets a second one to go. She goes 3 for 6, 56-44. Souvenir with the basketball.
Well, they had a trap there and just kind of let her out.
Warriors get it up the floor. Now back to Souvenir. She's on top. She'll set things up. Souvenir guarded by Chamberlain. Shot is up and good by Burlage. Burlage hits the three-pointer. 59-44, biggest lead of the night. 15 points as Thatcher goes up, and she is going to be fouled.
Chloe will get a couple here.
Emily Banks with the first personal foul. 5 team fouls on LC, but just only 17 seconds to go here. And Thatcher will get the first one from the charity stripe. She's 3 for 3 tonight. Chloe with 5 points. Second one rolls off, no good. Rebound fought for, and the Warriors come out of there. As Souvenir will bring it up, 11 seconds. Thumbs down, she says. Guarded by Wright. Souvenir takes it to the hole. Step back. Nice, easy shot. No good. And it's going to be Wright with the basketball. She'll throw it up to the basket. It's going to be short at the end of the third period. LC on top by 14. 59-45 over the Battling Bears. Back in a minute. And Rocky shooting 35% from the floor. The Warriors shooting 51% from the floor here in the ball game thus far. As it'll be Warriors basketball to start this final 10 minutes of regulation. Souvenir goes to Berlin. Berlin with it. They look inside. Blackman, nothing there. We're going to have a kick ball. Oh, Bruce, I'll turn you on. There you go. What?
Now, you watch LC State here. They will take a ton of time off that shot clock.
Oh, yeah.
They'll work their offense, work the offense, and then basically they've been getting great shots.
And it is Souvenir. Hands off Berlin. Berlin. And it is up and good. Hannah Berlin picking up 2 more. Jewell with the basketball. Jewell penetrates, free throw line, now kicks it back out. Thatcher with it. Thatcher spin move, goes up in the paint, can't finish. Rebound comes down to Banks, and Souvenir comes back. 16-point lead here for the Warriors. That's their biggest lead of the night, 61-45. As Souvenir puts up the long 3, no good. And the rebound comes down to Francis. They swing it as Chamberlain has it in the front court, left side, goes to Thatcher. Thatcher with it, goes to Jewell. Jewell with the basketball, goes baseline, puts it up, no good. And the rebound comes down to Blackman and the Warriors. Souvenir with it on top. goes to Berlin. Outside to Johnson, now into Blackman. Blackman shot off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down Chamberlain. Out to Thatcher. Thatcher quickly up the right side for the Bears. Spins, goes to Francis. And Justin Jewell puts it on the floor, goes up, scoop shot. She's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
She saw it a couple times in the first half from LC. Thought she'd try it. It looked pretty impressive.
Yeah.
A couple free throws for Justin. She's been quiet offensively in this one. Had that early 3.
Marissa Van Atta coming in for the Bears.
Try to get her broke free for some threes.
Turner in for the Warriors as Jewell gets them both. Moskrip back in the ball game as well. She brings it up across the timeline, goes to Johnson. Farmer in there. Skip past Moskrip, looks at the 3, didn't take it. Out on top, Turner. They go into Blackman. Blackman's shot is up and good.
With 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
And we got a foul on Marqueta Francis. That'll be her second personal foul.
So they'll shoot 3.
As Blackman gets the basket, so she'll go to the line. She'll shoot 1 for the free throw, and then she will shoot, or they will shoot the technical foul as Coach Keller picks up a tee.
Now they said the technical was on Markela, but
I believe it was on Coach Keller, wasn't
maybe
it?
the foul was on Markela and the
Yes.
technical on Coach Keller. And Wes said politely, "Thank you."
And we'll shoot the free throws now as Blackman made the technical free throws. Now the N1, and she gets that to go as well. She's a perfect 11 for 11 from the charity stripe tonight.
Have they missed one
17 points. I don't think they have.
yet?
I'll
I'll
have
look
to
that
look.
up on my little iPad here.
As we got a whistle and a foul. 7:34 to go. LC on top by 19. As that one goes against Turner, that is her 4th personal foul. Justin Jewell with it, gets it to Van Atta underneath, goes to Marqueta Francis for 2 on the reverse. As Moskrip brings it back the other way and gets it to Johnson. Up ahead to Farmer. Farmer shots up, no good. Rebound, Jewell. Out to Thatcher. Thatcher up the right side for the Battling Bears. Thatcher tries to penetrate, spin move, and has it knocked loose. Goes to Francis outside. 18 on the shot clock. Thatcher has it knocked loose, and it's going to be picked up. Turnover number 8 on the Bears as Moskrip will bring it back. Moskrip with it on top, goes to Johnson. Blackman's going to pull up, 18-footer, no good. Rebound, Chamberlain. And Chamberlain comes back the other way.
Bob,
AC.
they would be a perfect 17 for 17. From the
AC goes up, gets the basket, and she's fouled. AC has a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play as Chamberlain picks up her 13th point and has a chance to add on to that. She is 3 for 6 from the line tonight. Johnson. AC's free throw is good.
And she has played much better tonight.
Oh, yeah. As Turner gets it up ahead.
You know, if you notice, they try to get that trap. They're like a step behind on the trap.
As Moskrip on the half-court line there. This one's going to be out of bounds. It'll go to the Battling Bears. as Ace brings it back the other way. Antonisha Wright has it, takes it to the hole, spin move, puts it up off the glass, no good. And a rebound fought for, comes down to Johnson, and Johnson comes back the other way to Moskrip. Moskrip, and the 18-foot shot's no good. Rebound comes down to Farmer. Back out to Moskrip. 5:40 to go in the ball game. 66-52, LC on top. Moskrip penetrates, steps back. Now they go inside Blackman. She's going to be fouled by Wright.
Fouls on your back, there's number 23, Antonisha Wright. Her third personal foul, team third. On the line for the Warriors, number 42, Jocelyn Blackman.
And Blackman gets that one to fall as she goes 12 for 12 from the line. And that's all the free throws that she can shoot or make because I'm out of numbers on my card.
I'll go down and tell Coach Orr that. Get her out of the game.
Second one's going to be off the front iron as they miss their first free throw of the night. Boy, they're perfect. We're 18 for 18.
Yeah.
As Wright comes back, goes to Big Man. Big Man baseline, back out to Wright. Wright to Big Man. Big Man looked at the three, didn't get it up. As she brings it out on top, they go inside Marqueta Francis. Markey goes up, step back, shot, no good. Rebound fought for, and the ball's on the floor, and Moskrip is going to be fouled by Marissa Van Etta. 14 fouls on Rocky, 3 on LC, 67-52. 5 minutes to go in the ball game. We'll be back in a minute.
We'd like to thank our corporate sponsors for the 2018-19 academic year. Rocky Dining Dyson Exo, Sarpy Transportation, Sign Pro, St. Vincent Healthcare, SCL Health, Stockman Bank, 360 Office Solutions, TNT Automotive and Marine, Hunter Ryan Motors, U.S. Bank, and Western Security Bank.
(67-52) our score. 5 minutes to go. LC basketball in the backcourt. As Marissa Van Etta picked up a foul on the rebound. LC will be in the bonus the final 5 minutes of this ball game. Turner with it. Moskrip. As Moskrip brings it up across the timeline. Goes far side to Farmer. Farmer with the shot's going to be blocked there by Big Man, I believe, got a hand on it. And it'll be Moskrip to inbound the basketball. Moskrip, the inbounds pass is tipped, comes down to Turner out on the perimeter. Turner puts it on the floor, kicks it to Moskrip. Moskrip, Turner at the three as the buzzer was ready to blow on the shot clock, and it's going to be rebounded by Burlage. Back out on top. Berlin with it. Moskrip. Farmer. Moskrip with it. They look inside. They get it out to Farmer on the perimeter. Moskrip, shot clock at 6. As Big Man gets a hand on it, and the Bears get a steal. And that is the 9th turnover as Jewell gets the ball in the front court, goes to Wright. Antonisha Wright off the front iron. Jewell goes up strong for the rebound, and she's fouled on the putback. Personal foul is going to go against Burlage. That's number 4 on Burlage. As Justin Jewell goes back to the free throw line. She'll be shooting a couple. Justin's 3 for 4. In for the Warriors is Banks and Nielsen. And Olivia James comes in for Rocky. As Jewell gets it to go. And it's stolen by Wright. Wright comes back the other way, goes up and can't finish, gets her rebound. Fighting inside, now knocks it out to Jewell. And Justin Jewell, three-pointer, top of the key for 3. Rocky back to within 10, 67-57. Farmer with the basketball out on top. Farmer takes it down the side, hands off to Nielsen. Nielsen. Behind her back, tries to get inside, does in the paint, turnaround shot's gonna miss everything, and it'll be Rocky basketball. Rocky basketball, Jewell inbounded, and Wright will bring the ball up to 4. Under 3 minutes to go here, Rocky back to within 10, Justin Jewell with the ball. Jewell takes it to the hole, blocked from behind. Wright picks up the loose ball. Antonisha is going to be fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. As the foul's going to go against Farmer. Chamberlain coming back into the game for the Bears.
Now the Bears chipping away. Still plenty of time left in this one, Bob.
Ace at the line. Her first trip tonight for the free throw line. Chamberlain comes in for big man. And this one's going to bounce off the front iron. Rebound comes down to Banks as Farmer brings it up across the timeline for the Warriors. Farmers, we got an offensive foul is going to go against Farmer. Turnover to Rocky. That's 12 turnovers on the Warriors. Moskrip coming back into the ballgame for Farmer. Ace with the basketball, gets it to Chamberlain. Chamberlain tries to go baseline, right side, nothing there. Back out to Jewell, Justin Jewell, long three-pointer, front iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Banks. Berlin, Moskrip with it. Rocky back to within 9. Moskrip with the basketball on top. 2:10 to go in the ball game. Moskrip takes it down the side, nothing there, hands it off to Nielsen. Nielsen comes back on top, shot clock at 5. Moskrip with the ball, goes baseline, kicks back outside, and the shot is going to be up and good by Burlage.
Well, that's the number of times they've used the entire clock and got some points out of it.
Wright takes it to the hole, and we got an offensive foul on Ace. That'll be 4 on Ace. That's 10 turnovers. 69-58. LC on top. 1:40 to go. We got a timeout on the floor. It'll be Coach Keller. I believe it's a 30. We'll be back in 30. Yeah. And it's going to be a timeout here as Coach Orr going to call a full timeout as well. So we'll turn it back for another minute.
Timeout called
And once again, I'd like to remind everybody that tickets are on sale for that national tournament. If you go on the website, NAIAtournament.com, or to Metro Park in Billings, you can buy those tickets online. Warriors basketball, they get it in. Nielsen has it. She's across the timeline. Nielsen is going to have it knocked out of bounds there by Chamberlain. Warriors get the ball inbounds. Souvenir brings it back. She's going against Van Atta. Souvenir, 13 on the shot clock. Berlin puts up the three, no good. Rebound fought for. Marqueta Francis comes down with it as Ace brings it up, 1:13 to go. Ace gets a screen out on top, kicks it back to Jewell. Justin Jewell for three, and she hits it. Justin Jewell, her fourth three-pointer of the night, 69-61, 8-point lead for the Warriors. 56 seconds to go in the ball game. And Souvenir is going to be whistled for a travel. 11 turnovers. It'll be Rocky basketball right in front of us. Timeouts. Rocky with one according to the scoreboard. Coach Orr has three in his pocket. Marqueta Francis inbounds it to Wright. Wright with the basketball. Antonisha Wright takes it to the hole, puts it up. It's good and one. As Ace makes a nice move inside, gets her first two-pointer of the night. Foul's going to go against Banks. That's her second. And Wright at the free throw line tonight. She is one of two. 69-63. Rocky back to within six. 46 seconds to go in the ball game. Wright gets it to fall. Timeout on the floor. Coach Keller's going to call a timeout. It'll be a full timeout. 46 seconds to go. 69-64 will stay here. Want to remind everybody once again, those tickets for the national tournament are on sale at NAIAtournament.com, or you can go to the Metro Park website and get those tickets online there as well. And Bruce, let you get your headset back on, but third year of the tournament, I mentioned earlier, Mark Adams will be the speaker at the banquet. I think he'll do a great job speaking. Coached here at Rocky Mountain College and is now a play-by-play guy for ESPN. And kind of a quick trip for Mark. He's got to fly in and he's got to fly out Wednesday morning to be somewhere at a ball game. But it's great to have him. He's got some ties here to the Frontier Conference and also to Marissa Van Atta that plays for Rocky, as he is her uncle. So always great to put things like that together.
Yeah, I think people will really get a kick out of Mark. He's got a great sense of humor, and you know, if you've listened to him on any of those ESPN broadcasts, he does a great job as a color man. He travels all over the country and does a lot of basketball games, and it's great that he's going to be back in Billings for that special event.
And definitely will. And like I said, tickets are on sale. And I believe we're going to have another timeout. Coach Orr is going to call another one. And I believe they will advance the ball on this one. So they'll get the ball in the front court here, Bruce, with 46 seconds to go. Coach Keller called that first timeout. And then Coach Orr calling the second one. Coach Orr with two timeouts left, it looks like, on the scoreboard. 2-0 for Coach Keller. Both teams in the bonus here. Both teams with 5 team fouls. So both teams shooting free throws as well. Overtime, Bruce?
Well, I don't know. There's plenty of time left, 45 seconds. And the Batman Bears have played very well here in this fourth quarter.
Berlin gets it into Moskrip, and it's out on top. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul against as Turner gets it.
Well, a pretty nice job on the trap there. You know, they did a great job. I had her out near the half-court line, and I don't know if there was a foul or not.
Justin Jewell picks up the foul. And it will be Turner at the line. She's 2 for 2. She'll be shooting 2. As she gets that one to go.
What are they, 19 of 20 now?
Probably closer to 22 or 23. As Turner goes 4 for 4 on the night, and Wright comes back the other way. Ace kicks it out to Jewell. Jewell goes up between traffic, and we got a whistle and a foul. Got to go against Marqueta Francis. That'll be her 3rd personal foul. And it'll be Turner coming back.
Looks like 20 of 21 right now.
And Turner back at the line.
They're going to put her name there.
She goes 5 for 5. She's 5 for 5, and Blackman, I believe, is 12 of 13. So those two doing pretty well tonight as Turner gets his second one. Free throw shooting wins a lot of basketball games. People don't know that, but that does as Ace goes up and gets the basket. Berlin with it, 20 seconds on the board, 73-66. And Justin Jewell's going to foul out of the ball game with her 5th personal foul. As Justin will foul out, she has 15 points on my scorecard here tonight, as she has 4 3-pointers.
Yeah, nice job by Justin Jewell, the senior. Brooke Jones back in.
19 seconds to go. And you know what? Berlin made that free throw.
Shocker. And she made the second.
And she is the only player on the team to miss a free throw here tonight, as I think this one's just about wrapped up as Ace puts up a long 3-pointer. 11 seconds on the board. We're going to have one more free throw as that foul's going to go against Marqueta Francis. She picks up her 4th personal foul.
I think I'd take scholarship dollars away from her for missing that one free throw.
Blackman comes down. And Blackman gets that one. As she gets them both to fall. 77-66. Ace comes down, takes it to the hole, nothing there, dumps it inside Marqueta Francis. Markey goes up, and it's 2 for Marqueta Francis. 77-68. LC's going to get the win here over the Lady Bears of Rocky Mountain College. Battling Bears coming up short again tonight. Bruce, 2 nights in a row here. First night against Western and the second time here against LC. They fought back, just kind of ran out of time both nights.
Yeah, you got to make sure you don't get so far behind. That would be part of the battle there. But, well, you know, you go up against a team that makes 26 of 27 free throws tonight. That's tough to beat. That's as good a free throw shooting I've seen in women's basketball in a long time.
We're going to take a 2-minute break and come back. We'll get you the final stats on this one and get you set for the men's game coming up in 20 minutes.
They made their easy shots inside. We did.
And welcome back here as we wrap that first one up. It was LC getting the win, 77-68 over the Battling Bears. Scoring first of all for LC, it was Turner with 15 points, Johnson with 2 points, Berlin with 14, Blackman with 20, Souvenir with 5, Nielsen with 7, Burlage with 11, and Banks with 3. They had 11 turnovers, 35 rebounds, 7 offensive, 28 defensive rebounds. They were 23 of 51 from the floor for 45%. They were 5 of 14 from the three-point line for 36%. And they were 26 of 27 from the charity stripe for 96%. Not bad.
Wow.
For the Battling Bears, it was Justin Jewell with 17 points, Francis with 10 points, Thatcher with 5, Big Man with 10, Chamberlain with 14, Wright with 12. They had 9 turnovers, 33 rebounds, 13 offensive, 20 defensive rebounds. They were 21 of 57 from the floor for 37%, 8 of 21 from the three-point line for 38%, and they were 18 of 26 for 69% from the charity stripe. We had 2 ties in the ball game, Bruce, 4 lead changes. LC led by as many as 19 points in the ball game. Rocky led by 6 was their biggest lead of the night. Big thing, the free throws is a huge thing in this ball game, but LC outscoring Rocky 36-22 with points in the paint and bench points. It was 26-12 in favor of LC. As far as scoring goes, it was 16-12, Rocky on top at the end of the first period. LC took the lead at halftime, 36-27 on a late run there, the last 4 minutes of that first half. At the end of the third period, LC stretched it out to 14 points, 59-45. And our final score here tonight on the women's side, 77-68 in favor of LC. And Bruce, just a tough night for the Lady Bears here. Tough to beat that free throw percentage that LC shot here tonight.
Yeah, I think too, Bob, I believe the difference in the game was when LC got the ball inside, from the 5, 6, 7 foot range, they made their shots. And the Battling Bears missed a lot of shots underneath the basket, and that was the difference in the game. And then, of course, the free throw shooting, 26 out of 27. That's an amazing night from the line. And we talked about that when Brian Orr's teams come in, they have good free throw shooting teams, and they showed that tonight.
And that'll kind of wrap us up as we get set for the men's game. We're going to be back here in a couple weeks as the Bears will go on the